I feel like I'm only really truly creative as part of a group in jazz. I'm not truly creative as an individual, even though my function, especially as a saxophone player in a jazz group, but saxophone is more of a melody instrument. It's more of an out front instrument. It's you're taking a lot of lengthy individual solos. You're taking the lead a lot. But still, for a long time, I felt like I really didn't have anything to say unless I was saying it with other musicians. And for a long time, I felt like I didn't really have any creative ideas unless I was actually playing there with other musicians, because all the creative ideas I got were from the other musicians. I felt like I was always in conversational mode. Like if I just sat down to play the saxophone by myself, I couldn't really say anything because I wasn't having a conversation with somebody. For me, jazz is incredibly social music. And I wasn't. I didn't grow up as a very social person. I was pretty introverted. But it was through music. Music was where I was, the popular kid, the big man on campus. Music was where I felt completely at ease and natural, and that's where I felt like I could connect with people. So the group unit is incredibly important for me. It's as a jazz musician. I guess I do have a history of being in very close, tight-knit groups for periods of time and then moving on. I think that's what you were alluding to. I'm not, I know some jazz musicians who, managed to keep the same group together, for 20 years roughly. There aren't that many, but there are some. I haven't been one of them. I've had a group for 4 years and then another group for 4 years, and then now I'm in a period where I'm playing with a variety of different groups, and I'm playing again with a group that I played with 10 years ago. So I guess I feel like at a certain point I do feel I guess I have a tendency to feel that it's time to maybe make different music more consistently with different musicians. It's not something that I think about consciously. It's not like I start a band with, okay, there's a 5-year plan for this band. We're gonna break up in 5 years or conquer the world. It's just, I feel like my development through, my path through this music, my career path, my path as a musician, my path as a band leader, as a composer, it's been just kind of, I've just been, making it up as I go along and kind of trusting, using my head, thinking about things, but also trusting my instincts as I've gone along. It's almost like I feel like my career or my musical evolution has been this one big improvisation, this one big solo, And I think that was maybe, one of the few advantages I've had from not having committed, not having thought. This is a big accident for me, that I'm, here with this instead of, here as this. And I think one of the advantages of that is that I haven't had, I didn't start off saying I want to be a professional musician. I didn't start off I didn't, the first 22 years of my life, I didn't think I wanted to be a musician. I didn't have an agenda. I didn't have career goals. I didn't have artistic goals. I didn't have expectations. You know, so this is like, it still is. I mean, now I do have a career and I have lots of things to worry about, and I've got, you know, a lot of things that, you know, I can spend a lot of time overthinking. But still, it's kind of like, it's still kind of like a big, you know, this kind of dream that I never really had, you know, that I'm still kind of living out. And there's, I think, there's a certain advantage of that. You know, there's a certain freedom that comes from not having to fulfill any particular vision for or expectation for what my life as a musician should be.